Most of us already know the basics of being healthy. Eat better, drink more water, move more, sleep properly, stop overeating. But knowing what to do and actually doing it are two completely different things. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a health guru. I am just a man on my own journey with health and nutrition, learning as I go, testing what makes sense, what works for me. We're all different and different things work for different people. I'm here to share the information that helps me understand my body better, because sometimes the message is not new. Sometimes we have heard it 100 times before, but then one day, for some unknown reason, we hear it from the right voice. We hear it in the right way. We hear it at the right time, and something finally clicks. And that is the purpose of this channel. Not perfection, not preaching, just learning out loud. So hopefully you can learn or gain some understanding, and hopefully making health feel clearer, more practical and more human. So if the message resonates, if the delivery helps, or if this is the kind of content you want more of, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. I'm Leon Figures, and I hope you enjoy this video on some of the health benefits of drinking water. I've taken the time to look up some credible sources and provide a brief summary of what I found, but I encourage you to look at them yourselves and apply your own knowledge to your health journey. The benefits of water to the immune system. The phrase, drink water to boost immunity, needs more meat on the bones. Water does not boost immunity like some magical elixir. What water does is create the internal conditions immune cells need to function, travel, signal and defend properly. That distinction keeps this medically honest, because your immune system is not static. It is not one magical shield sitting in your chest waiting for battle. It is a moving communication network. White blood cells are moving. Antibodies are moving. Cytokines are moving. Inflammatory messages are moving. Immune surveillance cells are moving. And where are they moving through? Blood plasma, lymphatic fluid, both of which are heavily water-based. In fact, NHS hydration guidance notes that blood plasma is approximately 92% water. So when we talk about circulating oxygen, circulating nutrients, circulating waste and circulating cellular components, we are talking about fluid-dependent transport network. That includes immune defense cells. Now, if fluid volume drops, circulation efficiency falls, lymph movement slows, cell transport becomes less effective, meaning the body's defense network simply moves less smoothly. The army is still there, but the roads are slower. Its communication lines are less efficient. Its deployment speed is reduced. That matters. Now, this is only the first layer, because dehydration also affects your first barrier immunity, which most people never think about. A published physiology study found that dehydration caused a reduction in salivary flow rates, isoxyl secretion, antimicrobial proteins involved in host defense. Let me translate that. Your saliva is not just spit. Saliva contains defense proteins. It contains antimicrobial substances that help neutralize pathogens entering through the mouth and upper airways. It is part of the body's first protective barrier. So when hydration is poor, salivary flow drops. Mucosal surface becomes drier. Antimicrobial protection reduces, meaning The first line of defense weakens before the deep immune system even gets involved. This is important because by the time the virus or bacteria has penetrated deep enough for the full immune battle to begin, the body has already lost the benefits of those earlier surface protections. Hydration helps keep those barriers moist, active, and chemically protective. Now, it gets deeper than that. Dehydration has also been shown to suppress white blood cell function itself. In peer-reviewed study examining dehydration after exertion, researchers found that dehydration impaired neutrophil activity. Neutrophils is one of the body's frontline infection-fighting white blood cells. These are among the first responders. They attack bacteria. They initiate inflammatory defense. They help clean damaged tissue. They are aggressive biological security guards, and dehydration reduced how effective these cells respond. That is not vague motivational wellness language. That is immune cell function, meaning hydration is influencing not only the roads the immune system travels on, but the sharpness of the soldiers themselves. Now let's move to the gut, because this is another huge immune interface people overlook. Roughly 70% of the immune system is associated with the gut through what is called gut-associated lymphoid tissue. The gut is not just a digestion tube, it is one of the body's biggest immune battlegrounds. A 2024 published paper showed that the water restriction disrupted gut homeostasis and was associated with altered gut microbacteria, reduced immune cell numbers, and impaired intestinal immune balance, meaning hydration status materially influences the immune environment inside the gut. And because so much immune interaction happens there, this is not a trivial side issue. An unhappy dehydrated gut is not just a digestion problem, it can become an immune performance problem. Then there is the wider issue of physiological stress. A large dehydration review confirmed that dehydration affects multiple bodily systems and creates overall physiological strain. When the body is under dehydration stress, cortisol rises, circulation efficiency falls, mucosal protection declines, inflammatory signaling becomes less stable. The whole internal environment becomes less calm and less balanced, and an immune system operating under general physiological stress performs less efficiently than one operating in homeostasis. That is the basic biological common sense. A stressed, strained, under-resourced body is not performing defense at its best. So hydration helps by reducing the background strain and compromises defense. Now, when we strip all of this scientific language down into simple human terms, the picture becomes very clear. Water helps immunity by supporting immune cell transportation through blood lymph. Water helps immunity by supporting first-line barrier protection through saliva and moist mucosal membranes. Water helps immunity by supporting white blood cells' response through better cellular function. Water helps immunity by supporting gut immune stability through intestinal hydration balance. This is medically defensible in a summary. Credible medical studies show that adequate hydration supports immune health by maintaining blood and lymph fluid for immune and cell transport, preserving antimicrobial proteins in saliva and mucosal membranes, supporting white blood cell activity and helping maintain that balance. Dehydration has been shown to impair several of these frontline defense mechanisms. That is scientifically robust and not exaggerated, and it gives you a very strong practical line. Your immune cells travel in water. Your saliva kills germs with water-dependent proteins, and studies show even when dehydration can suppress frontline white blood cell activity, that is a much more honest and compelling explanation than simply saying drink water to boost immunity. Water is one of the most basic biological requirements for your body to function properly. It supports blood volume, it supports kidney filtration, it supports bowel movements, it supports appetite control, it supports oxygen transportation, it supports headache prevention, It supports immune defense. It supports energy. It supports skin function. It supports metabolic efficiency. And when you do not get enough, your body does not always collapse. It quietly becomes less efficient. And that is the danger. Sometimes dehydration feels like thirst, but sometimes it feels like tiredness. Sometimes it feels like poor concentration. Sometimes it feels like dark urine. Sometimes it feels like constipation. Sometimes it feels like headaches. Sometimes it feels like poor gym performance. Sometimes it feels like bloating. Sometimes it feels like dull skin. Have you actually hydrated properly today? Because your body is not asking for magic. It is asking for the raw materials to do its job. I'm Leon Figures. I'd like to thank you for making it to the end of my video. This is part 5 of 8 on my series on the health benefits of water. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone you feel needs to hear it. You get one body. Fuel it properly. Until next time.